We would like to remind you that Harbor High is a smoke-free campus. The use of any type of tobacco products is prohibited anywhere on this campus. In addition, we would like to draw your attention to the exit signs located above all exit doors in case of fire. Out of courtesy to others attending this event, we would like to remind our audience that entering and exiting the theater should be kept at a minimum. We ask that all cell phones be silenced or turned off. If your child becomes restless, we ask that you accompany them outside the auditorium. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Shannon Tischer, principal at Southwest Junior High, and I would like to welcome you to tonight's spring concert presented by our varsity, concert, and symphonic bands. The musical growth these students have made over the past 2 or 3 years is truly remarkable. Being involved in a musical organization teaches our students many traits that will stay with them throughout their lifetime beyond playing an instrument or singing in a choir. Our students have performed at a highly accomplished level on achievement tests in their classrooms. So much so that we recently received an A grade on our school report card issued by the Arkansas Department of Education. Our band students also go through a process called Concert Band Assessment in March. That assessment is the musical equivalent to a written achievement test. We are proud to say that of the 12 ratings earned, all 3 bands scored in the excellent or superior rating categories. So all 3 bands, excellent or superior rating categories. Going one step further, 9 of those 12 ratings were in the very top or superior category. This year, Southwest had more students audition for the Region 7 All-Region Band and also had more students selected for the All-Region Band than we have had in several years. Our success is attributed to a lot of individual work by these students, both before and after school and at home. Just this past month, when Southwest hosted our Solo and Ensemble Festival, over 100 students earned a medal, which signified an excellent or superior rating. Tonight, we celebrate these many successes from throughout the school year. The music the students study in class, beyond the basic daily fundamentals, is graded on a difficulty scale ranging from grade 1 through grade 6, with grade 6 being the most difficult, which is performed by many high school and collegiate level groups. Tonight, you will hear music from the grade 1 level through grade 5. At Southwest, we feel that it is of the utmost importance to push our students, no matter what level of ability they have, to try to reach far beyond where they think they are able to go. Our band students have been pushed out of their comfort zone in preparation for tonight's concert. We hope you enjoy the evening as we celebrate our band students and their accomplishments. Have a great concert.
Our second piece is somewhat historical in the minds, at least, historical in the minds of a junior high student. Mob Busters is, I'll just read the program notes in the program here. Each summer, as the Holsinger family, which is the gentleman that wrote the piece of music, drives from Dallas-Fort Worth area up to near Kansas City, one of the highlights of the trip is listening to old recordings of oldie radio shows from the 1940s and the 1950s, borrowed from a local library. They get many laughs out of things like from Miss Brooks, Baby Snooks, but some of their favorites are Boston Blackie, P.I., Lux Mystery Theater, and Police Blotter. And so a lot of this is coming back from the old days of no TV, radio, that type of thing. So Mob Busters is one of those kinds of pieces of music you would have heard on a live radio show. And it's got a lot of weird sounding things in it, so some things are going to sound a little bit strange to you. As far as for those of you that are musically educated, a lot of accidentals, a lot of strange chords, a lot of strange sounds. So this is our rendition of Mob Busters. I've taught a few years, no Snickers from the kids. And sometimes it's very difficult to come up with adjectives to describe kids as far as, the best this, the biggest that, this has gotten better than that, and those types of things. And sometimes those adjectives are overused a little bit. But in my, I'm going to call it short teaching career, no more Snickers from the kids, the varsity band, concert band, okay, symphonic band, you can stop now. And symphonic band kids, from beginning to where they are now, the improvement they've made is some of the strongest I think I've heard in my career. Because, it's the neatest thing about teaching band is seeing where the kids start and seeing where they finish and how much improvement they make from point A to point B. And this year has been very, very tremendous with all three of our groups. We're very, very proud of each and every one of them. With Varsity Band, we're going to give out an award. It's called the Director's Award. And it says, in recognition for your outstanding membership, leadership, excellent display of musicianship, and dedication to the Southwest Band Program. The person receiving this out of Varsity Band made a bigger sacrifice than most students do. We've had a couple of kids have to make this type of decision. Their ability, their auditions placed them in a certain specific band, but there was a conflict with another class of sorts, and that class of sorts was choir. And whether you know Mr. Alonso, our relationship with Mr. Gay, Mr. Showalter, we're a great musical team. We share a tremendous number of kids, and the amazing thing is sometimes our best band students are his best choir students and vice versa. And this young man should have been in a different band class, but decided to stay in Varsity Band because he still wanted to sing in the specific band, choir class that he was had auditioned for there. So our Director's Award for Varsity Band goes to Mr. Jonathan Alberto Cordero. And we're going to close out our part with Legend of the Yankee Clippers.
Good evening. My name is Jamalith Vega and I play the flute. On stage are my following classmates, and we are the Southwest Junior High Concert Band. Our first piece is a sea chanting, which is a type of work song that was once commonly sung to accompany labor on board large merchant sailing vessels. You may have heard this tune on SpongeBob SquarePants before. We hope you enjoy variations on a sailing song by Carl Stroman. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Keaton Priest, and I play the tuba, or otherwise known as the tuba. We would now like to take you from open water to the land, the railroad tracks, to be specific, of the Cold War. Not the Cold War, the Civil War, sorry. A Union spy with 19 other soldiers dressed as civilians boarded a train, stole the train, while the commander of the train took a lunch break, with the intention to destroy as much of the railroad as possible. The commander of the soldier, along with the other soldiers left, pursued it on foot for miles and foiled the plan. We hope you enjoyed The Great Locomotive Chase by Robert W. Smith.
before we play our last tune, I'd like to present my Director's Award. I'm going to keep mine very simple. Mine is going to go to a student who has made a lot of strides since the 8th grade. This student has worked very, very hard. We saw a lot of dedication, a lot of before school and after school practice. Sometimes the student would be there before school, before I got there in the mornings. And sometimes they would stay very, very late. And we saw a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work, and this student made the all-region band as a tuba player, and so I feel he is very deserving of this award, and that award goes to Keaton Priest.
Hello, my name is Allison Barron and I play the clarinet, also known as the clarinet. Our last piece is a melody of songs that were made famous by Journey, Bill Withers, Neil Diamond, and Kelly Clarkson. From the hit TV show Glee, here is the best of Glee, arranged by Adam Anders and Tim Davis.
Right away, we wanted to work on this piece of music and play it. It is a very difficult piece of music, but as our director says, we will continue to push ourselves to our limits and try to reach new goals. Africa's ceremony, song, and ritual is based on the primitive folk music of Western Africa. Inspired by the recording and research of Mr. Stephen J., the work features traditional ceremonial music for dance and entertainment, as well as dynamic percussive invocations and the historical songs. African musicians feel that they bring life to their instruments just as God gives life to the musician. As a result, individual instruments are believed to possess consciousness and are treated with the same respect and reverence given to an honored living person. The drum, the featured section in this work, is considered a sacred object as well as a musical instrument. It is believed to be endowed with a mysterious power which has been incomprehensible to many missionaries and early travelers on the African continent. As one listens, the mind experiences a wide range of emotions, including joy, hope, and grief. This piece travels from primitive fire, or man's conquest of fire, to the ancient folk song of Ghana, to Shango, the god of thunder. We hope you enjoy the symphonic band as we play Africa, Ceremony, Song, and Ritual by Robert W. Smith.
You're about to see how strong the education is in Springdale, Arkansas. Ninth graders line up in alphabetical order right here. B comes after A. If I told them there was food, they'd already be there. Parents, you know that, I'm sure. If you would look real quick, students, shh. Guys, go up the stairs. Go up the stairs. If your last name begins with L, you shouldn't even be in front of that exit sign. Keep going, Aiden. Yeah, go all the way down to Louisiana. I'm kidding. If you would look at the bottom of your program on the front, real quick. We are blessed in Springdale to have administrative support for the arts way beyond anything that anybody can really comprehend. If you've ever been elsewhere, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never been outside of Springdale, Arkansas, it's not like a facility like this that we have to perform in. We have a staff, I call it the HAR-BER band team, of 8 people from Mrs. Huffman at Hellstern. A lot of the kids grew up with Mr. Darrow right here at Helen Tyson. You know, Ms. Sangster, Mr. Combs at Central, Mr. Alonzo, myself at Southwest. Mr. Ford's backstage doing anything we ask him to do, and Mr. Morris is here as well. We're able to do what we do because people like Mrs. Tischer, Mr. Patrick, and Mrs. Lindley help us at the junior high level, and those people downtown, you know, with Dr. Jim Rollins and the superintendent, and I hope none of us ever take that for advantage. If you pay attention to the news at all, arts programs are being cut all over the country, and it's the worst thing we could do. And I'm going to get on my soapbox, so I'll just kind of stop right there. Before we do the 9th graders, though, I have one little award to make. If you all know what the term a gym rat is, that's somebody that has a ball in their hands, they're in the gym 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the coaches and the custodians have to kick them out. Well, I'm going to tell Mrs. Tischer that we have rats in the band room. The good news is they're the 2-legged kind, not the hairy 4-legged kind. Sometimes we have to literally kick these kids out. Like, how long can I stay tonight? And the student that is receiving the Director's Award for Symphonic Band, if we could clone them and say this is the ultimate band nerd or band geek, this is what we'd want. And the amazing thing is we have them in all 3 of our bands. And we've got a lot of great kids that work and work and work. This person has been involved in all-region band both years, honor band in 7th grade, solos, ensembles, you name it, they've done it. And something to kind of show you their dedication to learning to get better on their instrument. They've also started tutoring some of our 7th grade flute players, kind of like paying it forward, as we say. And they are also taking lessons from one of our high school students. And believe it or not, on the night of a concert, they were still there until about 5 or 5:15 taking a lesson tonight. So I think by now I've probably given it away, but the Director's Award of Symphonic Band goes to Fatima Alicia Cartagena Parrara. She is our band room rat. 2-legged kind, that's the good thing. It's a nice thing to do every year when we honor our 9th graders, and the plaques, parents that have a daughter or son up here will see their plaques and their achievements that they've had since 7th grade band, through 8th grade, through 9th grade, the various things, whether it's solos and ensembles, honor bands, all region bands, band camps, you name it, and it's honored. It's a great momentum for them to keep, and hopefully they've lined up in the right order because Mr. Alonzo has all the plaques laid out in the right order. So without any further ado,
forgive me if I mess up a name. Jocelyn Almanza. Luis Ambriz. Lisette Arenas. Jonathan Bain. Brock Benson. Olivia Boyd. Sherry Brinkley. Elizabeth Calderon. Fatima Cartagena Parada. Jonathan Cordero. Cooper Couch. Lucas Crossan. Freddy de Jesus. Emily de la Torre. Logan Deering. Scott de la Cruz. Carlos Dominguez. Landon Doty. Karina Escamilla Mencia. Patricia Espinosa Martinez. Evelyn Falcon. William Favorite. Luke Fields. Lydia Franco. Ashley Galvin. Emily Garcia. Cecilia Garcia Corona. Naomi Gonzalez. Anthony Goad. Meredith Guthrie. Michaela Harrison. Quinson Herman. Diego Herrera. If I get this right. Berenice Hinojosa. Joshua Holiday. Spencer Hornsey. Bree Johnson. Avery Jones. Lane Latchney. Tristan Larkin. Tanya Lopez. Zaira Maldonado. Cecilia Martinez. James McLean. Ava McBurn. Evelyn Mejia. Levi Moore. Elizabeth Morales. Eric Ortiz. Juan Ortiz. Jimena Perea. Jamie Perez. Edwin Perez Hernandez. Ayani Piñata. Keaton Priest. Adrian Quintana. Lorelai Ray. Carolina Restrepo. Joseph Robles. Hunter Rogers. Brooklyn Rose. Andrew Samantri. Leo Santamaria. Cole Scott. Kanaya Starks. Glenn Straka. Angelina Summerhill. Hagen Feedy. Brendan Tompkins. Larry Usry. Jacob Valverde. Stephanie Villegas. Keegan Williams. And Aiden Wood.
You know what's interesting? They're always like smiling and happy and everything. They're walking up here getting their plaques. It's like they're at a funeral. I know you don't want to leave Mr. Alonso and I, right? Don't answer that question. Can we give them another round of applause, please? Okay, concert band, varsity band, sit down, symphonic band. You got another tune to play. before Ayani introduces the last number, parents, I'm going to ask your patience. Students, I need your attention. Students, I need your attention, please. Tomorrow morning, there is the senior class at HAR-BER has a scholarship program in here tomorrow morning. We need to clear the stage of everything but the chairs. So concert band and varsity band, I'm going to ask you all to come up and grab the music stands. Remember, turn them upside down. The racks are that way, behind stage. I'm going to ask you to rack them. Symphonic band, would you help the percussion as much as you can on your way out that door? Okay, we're going to leave the chairs, but we're going to clear everything else off the stage. Okay? And the students know this, family members, I hope they've already told you, we're going to check in their uniforms right afterwards. That way, they don't have to take them home and their school instruments, so we can get everything kind of checked in a lot quicker tonight than try to remember to bring them back tomorrow. So if you'll just, everybody have a little bit of patience when we're finished here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Ayani Pineda.
Good evening, my name is Ayani Pineda. I'm a percussionist in the symphonic band. The symphonic band will close out this evening's concert with music from Walt Disney Pictures' Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. In this medley of movie music, arranged by Ted Ricketts, you will hear Fogbound, The Medallion Calls, To the Pirate's Cave, The Black Pearl, One Last Shot, and He's a Pirate. The entire Pirates of the Caribbean movie series is fast-paced and edge-of-your-seats entertainment. We hope you enjoy the exciting music as Symphonic Band closes out tonight's concert with Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.